We have gotten one question a lot lately. A lot, right?
A lot.
And that is, have you quit cruising? Are you gonna cruise anymore? Are you just RVing now? I know that sounds like
We're
multiple
done
questions.
cruising. Done, I tell you. So you get in the RV and you start RVing for a while, and all of a sudden everybody's like, no, you're done cruising. We have the people that love to watch us do the RV stuff, but all the cruisers, they're like, oh my God, you've abandoned us.
We haven't, we promise. So here's what's happened. We bought this RV during COVID, and then we upgraded to a different RV, and that's a big financial investment. So we needed to decide, are we going to keep the RV or are we going to sell the RV? So what we decided to do was take the entire summer and block it out with no cruises for the summer, so we could get out in our RV and really explore and decide if this is for us or not.
Yeah, because it had been sitting there for about 6 months.
Yeah.
And you just walk outside and see it sitting there when we're home. And you're like, okay, we're paying that note and it's just sitting there. We need to put this thing to use. And we've had some fun trips in it. But we were just like, you know what? Do we really need it? Can we live without it? So like Elisa said, well, there's one way to find out. Let's jump in it and go and then decide.
So we took off this summer. We didn't really even make a plan. We said we're just going to kind of go with the flow. We knew we wanted to go to Tennessee. We knew we wanted to go see the Great Lakes. And we left with not a single campground booked. Didn't really have an idea of where we were going to end up. And we just took off and loved it.
And we did that on purpose.
Yeah.
She has to plan cruises for people all the time. She plans our travels as well. And I was just like, you know what? Let's don't plan. You don't need to plan anything. Take a break. Let's get in the van. Let's not plan and let's just wing it. Fly by the seat of our pants. Let's just see what's around the corner. And with a small unit like we have, typically we can pretty much book any campsite last minute because we're so small. Mm-hmm. So that's a definite advantage of having a smaller rig.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did.
Yep. Our only challenge was finding like Friday and Saturday night campgrounds sometimes. Sometimes we were able to find them and sometimes we weren't. But boondocking, we can always do that as well.
Right.
So let me ask you this question. Leave a comment down below. Have you watched our summer RV road trip? If you haven't, go watch it because there's some pretty cool stuff we did. If you did watch it, what'd you think? Did you like these RV videos? Do you want to see more of these RV videos? We really enjoyed
I want to
this
keep
trip.
making the RV videos.
We definitely do.
So the answer is yes. You're going to say yes to everything she just asked you to say.
Right? Yes.
Yeah. But we love cruising too. Mm-hmm. But we needed a break.
We did.
We spent a lot of time on cruise ships and we needed to try something different. We are EECC travelers, not EECC cruisers. Mm-hmm. We like to travel in general. Adventure is in our soul for sure. And we wanted to see what our country has to offer. And we found some jewels, y'all. So like Elisa said, if you haven't seen our road trip travels, definitely look them up because it's going to blow your mind at some of the things that we found. Oh God, Tennessee, for example. Oh,
yeah.
There's so many beautiful waterfalls in Tennessee that you can get in and swim up to and feel come down on top of you. It's just unbelievable how beautiful Tennessee is. I've pretty much fell in love with Tennessee.
Now you haven't seen that video yet. That one's coming up.
That one's coming up. We haven't posted that yet. Stay tuned.
Can you tell we're excited about Tennessee?
Maybe by the time you watch this, you'll have it will have been aired and you will have seen it or have not seen it, but check it out if you have it.
But over the summer, we did 2 road trips. The first one, the last video just came out for Springfield, Illinois. But we left here, we went to the Smoky Mountains. We said, we haven't been to the Smokies. Let's go to Pigeon Forge. Let's go do all of that. Yeah. We spent about a week in Tennessee. Absolutely loved it. Yeah. Pigeon Forge is a very touristy place, and so is Gatlinburg, but it's got its appeal.
I could do without that one. I probably won't go back there. But I'm going to tell you that if you've never been, you have to do Pigeon Forge one time.
Yeah.
It is like the tourist mecca of the Midwest.
Anything and everything you could imagine,
that's Midwest,
they have
right?
there.
Sort of.
It's sort of
Midwest.
Getting into
You know
the
what
Midwest,
I mean? But like It is just, well, Branson would be kind of like the touristy thing of the Midwest.
We haven't been to Branson
But
yet.
I'm just going to say Tennessee is just beautiful. Pigeon Forge, I probably won't go back there, but there's so many awesome places around Pigeon Forge that we found that we want to go back and visit more.
But we did love Dollywood.
Dollywood was awesome.
Dollywood was like top notch theme
Much
park.
better
We
theme
loved
park
that.
than I thought it was going to be. I mean, the roller coasters they have there are insane.
They are, and there's so many of them.
Yeah, they have a ton of roller coasters, and they got a lot of new ones that are, got that new technology. The engineering's just so much better on them nowadays. They're super smooth and fast, and they're pleasurable to ride. They don't beat you to death. Some of them did, the older ones they had there, but yeah, Dollywood was awesome.
Yeah. We also went river tubing.
Yeah.
That was something we've never really done before.
Yeah, we went when the water was kind of real low, so it kind of got slow for a little bit, but there were some waterfalls or some rivers up the hill a little ways that flowed a little better, and we didn't get a chance to do that, but we want to go back and do all of that stuff.
Yeah, thank God for our sticks because we had to push off quite a bit there. But when you did hit one of those rapids and you went, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, but it was so fun. Just
it was beautiful.
Basking in the sun and seeing all the beautiful scenery and being in the cool river.
Yeah.
And just chilling and being surrounded by nature is what it was all about. It was nice to take it slow. It was a totally different travel experience.
It was.
Yeah.
And from Tennessee, we went up to Kentucky and we literally camped on the Kentucky River. That was great. Just we didn't do anything else except camp. And that's something we don't do very often. We need to do more of.
Well, we enjoy RVing. We love the community. We like being a part of it, being around it, and meeting all the people. It's a really neat community, and the people are so nice. And I just love seeing all the different RVs and models that they have. It's just cool vibes to be around it. I loved being there on the Kentucky River, except for the fact that I crashed my drone or lost my signal. And my remote control just went black. And the next thing I know, it came back. My display came back, and it was like across the river in the trees. And I wasn't able to get it back. But that's okay. We were going to see our friends after that, and we had a new one delivered to us. But yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, thank goodness for that. Thank you, Chris and Lori, for letting us crash at your place and get a drone delivered.
Yeah, different kind of crash.
Good kind of crash there. From Indiana, then we went up into the Great Lakes and went to Ohio. Cedar Point was really neat. The fact that there is an RV park, a theme park, a water park, and a beach all on one island. I thought that was unique and I liked it.
Yep, very unique. It was just like a theme park on a beach. It was super cool. I mean, there we were sitting on the beach, enjoying the sunset, looking up at all the lights of the theme parks and seeing the roller coasters zoom by and hearing all the screams. Really cool place. If you've never been, it's definitely a must-do. Really cool place.
And that was on Lake Erie, and so we got to swim in our first Great Lake in Lake Erie. And then we went just a little bit further down to another island on Put-in Bay and didn't get to have the full Put-in Bay experience because of the weather, but we could tell it was a really cool place.
Yeah, we got hammered by a huge rainstorm that came in, and we were on a golf cart, so we were stranded at a little place. I can't remember the name of the place, but it was a little bar, restaurant area, and it actually came in so hard and fast that the electricity went out twice while we were eating, but the backup generators kicked on, and we were able to finish our meal. And then it finally passed. We got in our golf cart and made it just by the skin of our teeth. So you got to go check that out too. But yeah, we were actually able to see all. Did we see all? Yeah, it was all 4 Great Lakes.
We saw 4 out of the 5. So
4.
One is like in the New York, upstate New York.
Which one did we not see?
Lake Ontario.
I can't remember.
Ontario.
Y'all, everything is flying by so fast.
Well, we would have had to go further east for that one, and we were heading west. So after Ohio, we went into Michigan. Oh my God, Michigan. If you have not been to that state,
surprising,
unbelievable. So we went over to the west coast of Michigan first and stayed in Grand Haven on Lake Michigan. From there, we went up to Sleeping Bear Dunes on Lake Michigan.
That was insane.
Unbelievable place.
It's like being on a cliff that's like a beach. It's all sand, like dunes. And you look down, and it's like
350 feet.
350-foot drop
Yes.
all the way down to the water. So, Lake
Crazy.
Michigan. Yeah, and they actually, some locals were telling us that people go down, but sometimes can't come back up, and they have to be medevaced out.
And there's a fee for that. There is a sign that says if you can't make it back up, we are going to charge you a fee to come get you.
Oh, yeah, a big fee. That was really, really that's one of those places you'll never forget.
No, such a cool place.
Oh, yeah.
And from there, we stayed in Michigan, but went a little bit east to Mackinac Island, which is on Lake Huron. So see, we're hitting all the different Great Lakes. Mackinac Island, super cool place. No cars allowed. You get around on your feet, on a bike, or by horse.
That's right. And, but there are schools there. We did see a fire truck. We did see a ambulance. So that's the only vehicles that they have, motorized vehicles on the island. But it's very historical and just beautiful. I mean, the lush gardens and the landscaping. It's a really magical, beautiful little place. Very nice.
And there's two
Enjoyed
smells.
Oh, yeah.
Two smells. Fudge
There's horse and buggy.
and horse poop.
Fudge and horse poop. Think about that. Yeah. Can you smell it?
It's something you don't forget.
Every now and then you get a nice flower scent.
There are beautiful flowers
Yeah.
there. And so Mackinac Island is right where the Lower Peninsula and the Upper Peninsula come together, and that is the Mackinac Bridge. We actually stayed in St. Ignace on the Upper Peninsula side, and from there we just went up. So we went to, oh my God, we kept saying Taquamenon Falls, and the locals have told us we were saying it wrong.
Yeah.
But that's what's in our head now, so
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it the other way.
They keep saying it rhymes with phenomenon, and I'm like,
So-
how does that work? Taquamenon.
Taquamenon?
Anyway, yeah, we thought we were saying it right, but I mean, that's what we get for asking Google how to pronounce something. Don't always
do
rely
that.
on that, people. And then film yourself and put it out for everybody to see.
And say
you do it wrong.
Taquamenon 1,000 times.
Yeah.
But beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
One of the
waterfall.
highlights for me was Taquamenon Falls, whatever. I'm
However you
just going to
say
say it that way. It's a gorgeous waterfall that you can get down and swim into. And we did just that. And that's what I was wanting to do. That was kind of the target. We were chasing waterfalls, basically. I mean, what better way to get into nature, right? To sit there, have your back being pounded by the power of the water and the waterfalls and just looking up, nestled around all the trees into the gorge of the mountains. I mean, to me, that is where it's at.
It was incredible. Yeah, just seeing.
You get to camp and all that too in your RV. How cool is that? That's just so awesome. But Taquamenon Falls, however you want to say it, that was definitely a highlight for me. We had so many highlights on this trip.
And from there, we stayed in the Upper Peninsula and just went a little bit further north to Munising and did the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore.
Yeah.
That's on Lake, so we're on Lake Superior
And then saw
now.
a shipwreck on a glass bottom boat.
That was so cool.
Which we love that you guys reach out to us. All the locals that live in the area will tell us what we need to do, and we're so thankful for that. So thank you guys for telling us where to go and what to do, because without y'all, a lot of this we wouldn't have been able to discover.
Right. Love your recommendations.
Yeah.
And we do listen and we do follow them.
Oh, for sure.
So from Lake Superior, unbelievable. And we swam in Lake Superior and it was so cold.
Yeah, we were on that little beach. And
Sandy Point Beach.
Was it Sandy
Sand Point or
Beach?
Sandy Point Beach?
And it was low key, beautiful beach. It was really just a bunch of locals there, nothing touristy at all. And we were sitting next to some ducks. They were just chilling right there. You could tell that's their home. We were just visitors. And we just sat and watched the sun set right there on the beach. And that was a beautiful area, real close to the campground. So that was a nice way to spend the evening. Yeah.
We love Michigan. I don't think we could come during the winter, but during the summer, It's perfect. And the temperatures were like in the 70s the whole time we were there in the middle of the summer.
Yeah, we had a heat wave back in Louisiana, and you know, a lot of the country was experiencing that in the southern regions. And man, that's one great thing about RVing is you can chase the weather if you have the luxury to work mobily. And so we went chasing the cooler weather and the waterfalls.
I know. I mean, how perfect is that?
This
Where
is
else
why we
can you do
RV
that?
people.
Yes. And from Michigan, then we started working our way south. We went into Wisconsin, to Door County. Man, I wish we had more than one day there because there's so many little spots in Door County that were just incredible. Great
Hidden gems.
Yeah, total hidden gems, like little swimming holes and great food and just these farm shops that you go into and you can get everything cherry imaginable.
Little lake towns. There's these communities right there on the lakes, the little lake towns. They're just so enchanting and charming and relaxing. And they have so many cool little funky shops and restaurants all along it. And it's just, we actually mooch docked. We stayed in our van in some friends of ours' driveway, and they were gracious to let us come in and host us and took us around. Yeah, it was really cool. And then the place where you could jump off those cliffs.
I know, that was so cool.
That was super gnarly, and kayak all around it. Anyway, you guys got to check out these videos.
And then our last stop on that trip was Springfield, Illinois, where we got to experience a little bit of Route 66. And that's one of those things that's always been on bucket list, to drive all of Route 66, and experiencing just that little bit of it makes me want to do it even more.
Oh yeah, just give you enough taste to know that you want more, and that's exactly what it did. There's so many cool, funky things and so much history with Route 66 that it's intrigued us, and we definitely want to travel the whole thing in the van or whatever RV we're in at the time. That is definitely going to be happening soon. But yeah, we were lucky enough to catch that on the way back home. But a super excellent trip. But with all that kind of said,
well, what you're going to see next. So Springfield was the last video that came out. We did take one more RV trip.
I wasn't sure what you were thinking.
Yeah.
I saw something going on there. I was like, am I supposed to shut up right now?
So we went home for a couple weeks, and then we went out on another trip. We drove the Natchez Trace, so that video is coming up.
Yeah.
We went to...
That was pretty cool.
It's a beautiful scenic drive.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I couldn't imagine doing it the whole way.
No, we didn't drive it the whole... We didn't go all the way to
Couple hours,
Nashville.
and I'm like, all right, this is good.
But the great thing about the Natchez Trace, there were no 18-wheelers, which Jason hates driving next to those.
Yeah. I don't
in
like,
the RV.
I'm not a big fan. I know they're necessary.
Yes.
And I appreciate all those 18-wheeler drivers out there that work hard and deliver our goods. Appreciate that very much.
But driving an RV next to them, you kind of do this sometimes.
Well, yeah. There's just a lot of them.
Yeah. Then Jason mentioned we went chasing waterfalls in Tennessee, and we are so excited to share that video with you because that was unbelievable.
I started out with that. It was one of the latter things that we did, but I just couldn't help myself because
so much beauty.
Was awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
So stay tuned for those videos.
Stay tuned because we will be moving to Tennessee.
We've totally fallen in love with Tennessee for real.
Yeah.
Well, to answer your question, are we quitting cruising?
Yes. We are completely done. Not ever cruising again. I'm very sorry. Thank you. Good night. No, I'm just kidding. No, of course not.
No, we've been cruising for years. We absolutely love cruising. We will continue to RV, so we hope that everyone's enjoying these RV videos because they're going to be sprinkled in.
And stay tuned because there's some big changes on the horizon. She don't even know yet. She don't even know. She has no idea what's about to happen.
We'll see about all that. But
yes, we will.
As far as cruises, we have several coming up. I think we've got 9 booked as of right now.
9?
9? Yeah.
Holy moly.
Over the next year. But coming up right away, we have a Canada-New England cruise. Very excited about that. We have a British Isles cruise. Whoa. Yes.
Super cool.
Oh my gosh. It hits England, Scotland, and Ireland.
What?
Yes.
It's on. It's on like a chicken bone. I'm looking forward to getting back on a cruise ship. Very, very excited. You know, absence makes the heart grow fonder, doesn't it?
It does. We also have some firsts coming up. We're doing our first ever European river cruise. That's going to be a totally different experience for
I'm nervous
us.
about that one. But I have seen some friends that have been on some lately, and they made it look pretty cool. Or it looked pretty cool. Or they just made it look pretty cool. I don't know. But either way, I'm up for the experience.
I think it's going to be neat.
Yeah.
And we've got some new ships coming out. We are going to be on Carnival Jubilee. We're going to be on Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas and Royal Caribbean's Utopia of the Seas. They're launching 2 ships like 6 months apart. That's crazy.
So, to answer your question,
Still cruising.
still cruising.
Lots of cruises coming up.
And still RVing. We do RV, we do cruising. That's just what we're about. So if you unsubscribe because you're just a cruiser and you don't like RVing, then shame on you. You need to follow us everywhere we go all the time.
Oh, we might sprinkle some all-inclusives in there too. You just
And
never
vice
know.
versa.
Yeah.
Anyway, of course we're still cruising. We're always going to cruise. It's near and dear to our hearts. We love it. It's what started this channel.
Yeah.
So, of course, could never not cruise.
Well, we hope that you have liked this video. Go watch the RV series if you have missed that. Stay tuned for the cruise videos to come. If you're new to our channel, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on a cruise ship
See ya.
soon.
Yeah. Oh,
What?
and if you are just a cruiser and you watch our RV videos and you like them, comment, say, hey, I'm just a cruiser, but I like the RV stuff. Let us know, okay?
Yep.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.